so have a seat. You can sit up on a lift if you like. If you want the floor, use the floor. Rest your hands gently on your thighs with your upper arms in line with your side ribs. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Just let the elbows dangle. Give yourself permission to be here. Notice how the mind likes to travel. Give yourself permission to drop your awareness into the body, to the here and the now. Bringing the awareness to the sit bones, find the even balance on the sit bones. Find the lengthening of the inner groins, from the upper inner thighs, lengthening out through the inner knees, from the upper inner thighs, lengthening the lower abdomen. So lengthening the whole groin, both directions. Descend the flesh of the inner thighs. Drop from the outer knees to the outer hips, compact the hips together. As you compact the hips together, maintain the opening of the inner thighs, the opening of the groins. Keep the front bottom ribs moving towards the back body. Find the lengthening from the hips to the armpits. Notice if as you do that, you begin to grip the inner thighs. You maintain the releasing of the inner thighs, the opening of the inner thighs, as you lift and lengthen through the side knees. And then lengthening the groins of the arms, from the armpits to the inner elbows, lengthen, let that become longer. The shoulders descend, the elbows draw down. Some of you may find as you do that, that the chest automatically rises, that there's a lifting. Keep the elbows descending, bring the palms together at your chest, thumbs at your chest, palms touching evenly left to right, right to left. Broaden across the front chest, let the elbows draw down. Broaden across the front chest, also broaden across the back chest. Draw your eyes into your cheekbones, gaze at the seat of your heart, the seat of your soul. Let's chant the syllable Om 3 times together, exhaling completely, deep inhalation. Lifting your chest towards the ceiling, lower your chin towards your heart. Release your hands onto your thighs with your palms up. Your eyes closed, raise your head. On the back of your head, gently let your eyes open. Straighten your legs. Hands by your hips. Draw the shoulders down. The thigh bone presses down. Here, it's not just the jamming of the knee down. The knee might descend. I'm not saying you can't do that. You want the thigh, the knee is obviously connected, but you want the action to be from the thigh, not the knee. It takes a little bit more mental precision. Lengthen through the inner thighs, from the inner thigh, through the inner knee, through the inner heel, from the upper inner thighs back towards the abdomen. Descend the flesh of the inner thighs, drop from the outer knees to the outer hips, and pack the hips together. And then as you maintain the pressing of the thighs down, finally looking through the side ribs. Just thrust the front bottom ribs forward. So the front bottom ribs move towards the back body as there's a lengthening through the side ribs. Allow the abdomen to draw towards the spine. Separate your legs. Toes up, kneecaps up. Press the thigh bones down. Again, using the mind, precision, send the awareness not to the whole leg to see what happens, in which case the knee to the top of the shin is where we usually will bring our awareness. But can you use the precision of your mind to send signals to the thigh? Press the thigh down. And lengthen the inner legs from the inner thighs to the inner knees, the inner heels, extending through the balls of the big toes. From the upper thighs, drawing back towards the abdomen. Also, descending the flesh of the inner thighs, drawing from the outer knees to the outer hips, and pack the hips together. And then again, drawing the front bottom ribs towards the back body as you lift up through the side ribs. And as you observe, noticing what maintains, what leaves, as the thighs stay down when I stop talking. It's the lengthening through the inner legs, so compacting the outer hips. Notice what your default is. Notice what gives up first. And send your awareness there. Take hold between your knees on the inside. Lift straight up. Allow the feet to come together. Maybe just by your hips. If you prefer to hold underneath, you can come, if you're on the floor, you can hold underneath. But if you do, don't pull your hands into your feet. Instead, push your feet into the hands towards the floor. And you can also have your hands beside you, whether you're on a lift or not. That's fine. Press your heels. Lengthen the inner thighs, the groins, from the inner thighs to the inner knees, from the upper inner thighs back towards the abdomen. Descend the flesh of the inner thighs and draw from the outer knees to the outer hips. Take the front bottom ribs towards the back body, lengthen through the side ribs, shoulders down. Allow the knees to move away from each other toward the side walls more and more as time goes on. A continuous lengthening. Take your hands on the outside of your knees, push your legs together. Hold behind one knee, draw the flesh towards the buttock, straighten the leg. The legs, draw the flesh towards the buttock, straighten the legs. Just by your head, back to Dandasana. Taking a moment to observe. You've been here before, but simply because we've done some poses in between, your experience right now is different. It's this experience. And release. Come onto your hands and knees. If you want to use a chair or block your down facing dog, push your head up. Shoulders over the wrists, knees slightly behind the hips. Rotate the forearm in as you press down to the balls of the first finger and thumbs. Rotate the upper arms out at the same time, but keep pressing down through the inner hand. Push into the floor to lift the chest off of the wrists. Turn your toes under, straighten your legs. So here, get the leg action that we've been working. The thighs are pressing back, a lengthening of the inner legs. From the outer knees, drop to the outer hips. Maintain that awareness in the legs. Inhale, extend through the arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Thighs back, chest towards your thighs, sit bones towards the ceiling. So can you use the memory that we've been working on, and now we have gravity more involved, so press the thighs back, not just the knees or the shins. But can you use your awareness, can you use your mind to focus on that area of the thighs? Press the thighs back. Lengthen from the inner knees up through the inner groins. The flesh of the inner thigh still moves back, and lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Pack the hips together. Pressing the hands as you lengthen through the arms, armpits, and side ribs. The hands push the thighs back, the thighs pull the body back. Let your skull release. Become a witness to the pose. Then look up, walk your feet forward, and hold your elbows. Come into a forward bend with Svanasana. Take your upper arms in line with your ears. Make sure your toes are forward. And same actions, press the thigh bones back. Lengthen from the inner knees up through the inner groins. The flesh of the inner thighs moving back. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Allow your hips to move up towards the ceiling as your torso falls over your thighs. The back of the neck long, skull releasing. Allow the back of your head to draw down towards the floor. Let your arms go, hands on the floor, walk your feet back, downward facing dog. So bend your knees slightly for a moment. Just bend your knees a little bit And really lift your hips high. Lift your hips high. Take your chest towards your thighs, lift your hips high. Now, when you go to straighten your legs, you should feel as if your thighs are moving faster than your knees. So press your thighs back as you straighten the legs, taking the heels down, but focusing on the thighs going back and keeping the hips up. Don't let the hips drop. So there's still the lifting from the outer knees to the outer hips coming up. The thighs back, the lengthening of the inner legs. As your outer heels draw down, your outer hips come up. Still lengthening through the arms, armpits, side ribs. On your exhalation, take your chest towards your thighs. And then look up, walk your feet forward. Hold your elbows the opposite way. Uttanasana, forward bend. Balance evenly on the feet. Lengthen from the inner knees through the groins. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Move your hips towards the ceiling. Let your torso fall over your thighs. And there's a whole lengthening here in the back body. Let the back of the head draw down. And there's a lengthening from the heels themselves, up over the back of the legs, over the lower back, over the back, to the back of the neck, to the head. The whole back body lengthening. Let your arms go, sweep your arms back, extend your chest forward, hands slightly above your hips, chest extending forward, thighs still pressing back, slowly inhale, come up. Raise front, and then to Tadasana, feet together. If you prefer feet hip distance apart, that's fine. The feet are together, the balls of the toes together, the inner heels together. Shoulders over the hips, hips over the heels. Press your thighs back. Lengthen from the inner knees to the lower abdomen. Lift from your outer knees to your outer hips. The flesh of the inner thighs moves back. The front bottom ribs towards the back body. You lengthen through the side ribs. Shoulders down. Extend through the arms. No space in the armpits. Keep your arms out to the sides. Drop the shoulders. So holding the arms up from the armpits, not the shoulders. And rotate the arms so your palms face up. Notice how the front ribs go forward when you do that. So take the front bottom ribs towards the back bottom. And then from your armpits, push your arms up. So keep the thighs moving back, the front bottom ribs moving back. Straighten the elbows. Be balanced evenly on the feet. Press through the feet evenly, extend through the arms. Put your hands out to the sides. Exhale. Shoulders down, extend through the arms. Interlacing your fingers together, turn your palms up. Push the webbing of your fingers together as you inhale, come up. Watch those ribs. So as you come up, the ribs and thighs move forward. Press the thighs back, take the ribs back. Shoulders down as you extend the ribs up, the wrists up. Stronger to the sides. Interlacing your fingers together the opposite way. The opposite first finger on top, turn the palms out. As you extend through the palms, there's still a drawing from the outer elbow to the shoulder. So suck the shoulder bone back into the shoulder socket. So even though we're extending the wrist outward, the shoulder bone is moving back into the shoulder socket. Front bottom ribs towards the back bottom. Now maintain that action of the arm where the shoulder bone moves into the shoulder socket. You're extending through the wrists. Inhale, come up. The shoulder bone's still drawing deep into the shoulder socket as you extend up through the wrists. The biceps and triceps grip the bone. And release the arms out to the sides. Tita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Fingertips up by your chest. Bend your legs. Jump or step your feet apart. Take a wide stance with your feet below your hands as your arms are extended. Drop the shoulders. Turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out. Make sure the right toes point straight towards the side of the room. Right, so George, the right leg has to point towards the side. The action is from the thigh turning now. Press into the back heel. Turn the front thigh from the inside out so your knees in line with the top of your foot. And lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Back the hips together. And keep pressing that back heel. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing into that back heel. Turn the front thigh from the inside out. Lift both outer knees to outer hips. Head back. Reach with your top arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet. Other side, right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press the outer rim of the back heel. Turn the front thigh from the inside out. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Back the hips together. As you keep pressing that back heel, inhale, exhale, come down. Press the back heel. Turn the front thigh from the inside out. Lift from the outer knees to outer hips. Extend the arms away from each other. Reach up, pull yourself up and out, parallel your feet, and jump or step your feet together. Fingertips up, bend your legs, jump or step. Left foot in, right leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press the back heel. Turn the front thigh. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Pressing the back heel. Inhale, exhale, come down. And then take your left hand onto your hip. Press into the outer rim of the back heel. Turn the front thigh from the inside out. And lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Now the rotation of the torso. Take the left ribs back, right ribs forward. Rotate. Take your left ribs back and your right ribs forward. That's it. Imagine you're leaning against the wall and lean back against that wall. Allow, instead of using the top shoulder to pull back, use the torso to push the shoulder back. So you're not pulling with the shoulder, but you're pushing the shoulder back. Allow the head to come back, the head also leans against that wall. And extend the arm up. Take a moment to observe. Keep that rotation of the ribs. Pull with your top arm, come up and out. Parallel your feet. Over to the other side. Right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press the back heel. Turn that front thigh out. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale, exhale. Come down. And then take your right hand on your hip. So you can get the legs first. Don't just go for the rotation. So press into the back heel. Turn the front thigh out. Lift the outer knees from the outer knees to the outer hips. Now maintain that. Compact things together and then rotate the torso from the ribs. So take the left ribs forward, right ribs back. Left ribs forward, right ribs back. Then use the torso to push the shoulder back. Don't just pull the top shoulder back, but it's being pushed back because the torso is turning, because you're taking the right ribs forward, left ribs back. Some of you will notice that the head begins to turn up. That's fine. Right, eventually we're looking up. But don't just turn the neck. Allow the torso to do most of the work. At the end, the head goes. Then you can finish the pose and extend your arm up. Observe. Reach with your top arm. Pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet. Jump or step your feet together. Downward facing dog. Launch your hands and knees. Press down to the balls of the first finger and thumb. Rotate the upper arms out. Push into the floor. Lengthen through the inner arms. Turn your toes under. Straighten your legs. Thighs back. Lengthen through the inner legs. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale. Lengthen through those arms. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Thighs back. Chest towards your thighs. Sit bones towards the ceiling. Thigh bones back. Lifting the outer knees to the outer hips, from the inner knees to the inner groins. Look up, walk your feet forward. Keep your arms back, send your chest forward. And inhale, come up there. Let's take a couple blocks. Either side of the back of the mat. You can use a chair, George. Teach a Pardha Konasana. Fingertips up by your chest. Bend your legs. Jump or step your feet apart. Drop your shoulders. Turn your left foot in. Turn your right leg up. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press into the outer rim of the back heel. Turn the front thigh from the inside out. Inhale. Exhale, bend the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Hand on your block. The block goes next to the heel. Take a wider stance, George, or yeah, that's better. Because then your knee's not past your ankle. On your knee over your ankle. Extend the left arm up. Rotate the arm. Reach for the ceiling. And extend that arm over here. Palm faces down. Press into the back heel. Extend to the whole left side of the body. Reach to that arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet, other side, right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch, pressing into the outer of the back heel, turn the front thigh out, lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale, exhale, bend the leg. Inhale, exhale, hand on the block, right arm up. Rotate that arm, reach up and extend that arm over your heel. Pressing into the back heel. Back leg is straight. Rotate the torso, extend to the whole right side of your body. Press into the back heel, reach through the arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet, jump or step your feet together. One more time. Watch the blocks so that they're not in your way. Bring your hips up, jump or step wide. Turn your left foot and turn your right leg out. Take your front heel in line with your back arch. Press into the back heel. As you press into the back heel, exhale, bend the leg. Inhale. Keep pressing to the back heel. Take your right hand down. Move it next to your heel. Take your left hand onto your head. Press the outer rim of the back heel. So we still need that rotation of the torso. We're going to use the legs to do it. Take the left thigh back. And as you take the left thigh back, let the left ribs come with it. Now, part of the problem is that the front knee likes to go with it too. So take the front knee back. So the back thigh goes back and the front knee goes back. Now, take the front right buttock forward and push the right ribs with it. So the left thigh goes back, left ribs go back. Right buttock goes forward, right ribs go forward. Keep the knee over the ankle. So again, allow that turning. Now you can help it with the torso. So the legs do the initial work. Now rotate the torso, just as we did. Right ribs forward, left ribs back. But using the legs to help with that work. Head back. Then finish. Extend the arm up, rotate the arm, extend that arm over your ear. But keep the left thigh going back. Keep the right buttock going forward to maintain that rotation of the torso. Still leaning on that imaginary wall behind you. Reach through your arm, pull yourself up. Parallel your feet. Other side, right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Push that back heel, turn the front thigh. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale, exhale, bend the front leg. Inhale, exhale, hand on the block. Take that top arm onto your hip. So again, take the back thigh back. So the right thigh now goes back. And the right ribs go with it. Watch the knee, follow and keep the knee over the ankle. Take the left buttock forward and let the left ribs follow. And then see if you can begin to unite those actions. So the right thigh goes back and the right ribs go back as the left buttock goes forward and the left ribs come forward. Maintaining the knee over the ankle. Then you can rotate the ribs themselves. Then finish the pose. Extend the arm up, rotate the arm, extend over your ear. Observe your pose. Put it hard in the eyes. Reach through your arm, pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet, jump or step your feet together. Move the blocks to the side. Utthita Trikonasana, back to triangle pose. Fingertips up, bend your legs, jump or step. Let's see how Utthita Trikonasana affects Utthita Trikonasana, how side angle pose affects triangle pose. Turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out. Press it to the back heel, turn the front thigh, lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale, maintain that back compacting of the hips. Exhale, come down. Rotate the ribs. Rotate the ribs. The right ribs forward, left leg back. And actually take the top hand on your hip. Everyone just take the top hand on your hip. And take, just like we did, take the left thigh back and take your left ribs with it. And take the right buttock forward, take your right ribs with it. Using the legs to rotate the torso. Then yes, go after the ribs themselves. But use the legs to rotate the ribs first. Then rotate the ribs themselves. Then now extend the arm up. Observe the pose. Pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet. Right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press the back heel, turn the front thigh out. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Inhale. Exhale. Top hand on your hip. So again, take the right thigh now back and take the right ribs with it. So top hand on your hip, George. Take the right thigh back, take the right ribs with it. But keep the front thigh turned out. Right? So just like the knee came forward when the leg was bent, the thigh will turn in when you do that. Turn the front thigh up. And as you lift from the front outer knee to outer hip, take the left buttock forward and allow the left ribs to follow. So right thigh back, right rib back, left buttock forward, left ribs forward. Then yes, rotate the ribs themselves. And then finish the pose, extend the arm up. Observe. Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. Step your feet together. Good. Turn to face the side of the mat. Take a couple blocks over on the side of the mat. Take your right foot between the blocks and take your left leg back. Then, you know, why don't we get you another chair? Let's see how it goes. Okay. Turn the front thigh out, turn the back thigh in. Lift from your outer knees to outer hips. Hands on hips. Lift the chest. Watch this thrusting the ribs forward. Keep the front body ribs towards the back body as you lift the chest. Partial Konasana. Side forward. Inhale. As you exhale, come forward. And keep that length in the chest and then take your fingertips onto the blocks. You can take them onto the chair. That's it. Keep the shoulder blades into the body. So the front thigh turns out, but press the ball of the big toe. Don't fall into the outer foot. Don't let your ankle roll to the outside. So press the ball of the front big toe, turn the front thigh out. Lift both outer knees to outer hips. Now take that right hip towards the wall behind you and lengthen forward to the side. The shoulder blades moving into the body. So the shoulder blades are coming down to push the chest forward. This is stage one. Get to stage short. So you take your hands on your hips, keep the chest extended forward, press into the back heel as you inhale and come up. That's it, George. Good. And bend the front leg. Step your feet together. Switch sides. Left foot forward, right leg up. Turn the front thigh out. Turn the back thigh in. As you turn the front thigh out, don't forget to press the ball of the front big toe. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Hips are square. Keep the front bottom ribs back as you lengthen to the side ribs and lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Press the back heel. Extend the chest forward. It's not about how far down you go. It's about how much length you're getting in the torso. When your torso is parallel to the floor, fingertips on the blocks. But go back to the legs. Press through the ball of the front big toes and turn the front thigh from the inside out. Press into the back heel. Lift both out from the outer knees to the outer hips. And then as you compact the hips together, lengthen through the side ribs. Chest going across the room. Chest going forward. We're not going down yet. We'll get there, I promise you. Take the left hip back. Take the left hip back. Don't let the torso follow. The torso is actually lengthening forward. So as the left hip goes back, the side ribs go forward. The chest goes forward. And bring the shoulder blades into the body as if the shoulder blades are pushing the chest forward. coming out, hands on hips, lift the chest, press into the back heel as you lift the chest up, bend the front leg. You can walk the back foot in a little bit, then walk the front foot back a little bit, and feet together. First side. This time we'll be going down. So right from between the blocks, but we're gonna start where we were, which is exactly what we just did, and then we'll continue. So right foot between the blocks, left leg back. Turn the front thigh out, turn the back thigh in, lift from the outer knees to the outer hips, compact the hips together. Front bottom ribs back as you lift and lengthen through the side ribs. Inhale. Keep pressing the back heel as you exhale, come forward. And try and keep that right hip going back also as you come forward. That right hip wants to come forward. And then hands on your blocks, fingertips on your blocks. So get this part of the pose first. Press into the ball of the front big toes. You turn the front thigh out. And lift from your outer knees to outer hips, compact the hips together. Now find that lengthening through the side ribs. And find the lengthening through the front body as well. Find that extension from your pubic bone to your navel, from your navel to your sternum, and from your sternum to your collarbone. The shoulder blades move into the body as if the shoulder blades themselves are pushing the chest forward. Now, when you come down, don't just round the back, but keep all this length that you've created in the front of the torso. Inhale, exhale, take the navel down first, then the chest, then let the head go. And the goal is not to get your head on your shin, but to take your chest closer to the front big toe. If the blocks are feeling high, you can lower your blocks for a moment, that's fine. Keep lifting from the outer knees to the outer hips. Lengthen from the inner knees through the inner groins. The more you lift through the legs, the more your torso will fall over your thighs. That's it, George, good. Observe your pose. If your hamstring is screaming at you, it's a great opportunity to say something kind to it. Straighten your arms, look up. You can take the blocks high again. So lengthen. Here we are in stage one. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Extend the chest forward. Extend the side ribs forward. Bring the shoulder blades into the body. And then take your hands on your hips. Press into the back heel. Inhale, come up. Bend the front leg. I can walk my back foot in a little bit. Walk my front foot back. And find my balance. Other side, hands on hips, left foot forward, right leg back. Square those hips, so the front thigh turns up, the back thigh turns in. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips, hands on your hips. Front bottom lift back, so you can lift your chest, lift through the side ribs, inhale, keep pressing the back heel as you exhale, come forward. Forward, 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 and then fingertips onto the block. So start here in stage one. Turn the front thigh out, turn the back thigh in, lift the outer knees to the outer hips. And even here, begin to find that lengthening from the inner knees through the inner groins. Take the left hip back and extend through the side ribs. Extend through the front of the body. So extend from your pubic bone to your navel, lengthen. From your navel to your sternum, lengthen. From your sternum to your collarbone, lengthen. Take your shoulder blades into the body as if the shoulder blades themselves are pushing your chest forward. The shoulders themselves move away from your ears. Right? So the upper arms will rotate out to take those shoulders away from your ears. Now maintain all that length that you've created in your torso. Lift. Outer knees to outer hips, inner knees to the inner groins. Inhale, exhale, take your navel down first, elbows bend out to the sides. Then take your chest down, then let your head go. Maybe you need to lower your blocks here. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Lengthen from the inner knees deep into the groins. The more lift you get, the more your torso falls over your thighs. Remembering that the goal is not to get your head towards your shin, But you get your chest towards your big toe. Because before your head touches your shin, your abdomen can be on your thighs. Right? Most of us just go for that rounding trying to get the head, but the abdomen goes on the thighs, and the chest is on the knee. And then eventually, maybe this lifetime, the next lifetime, maybe in a few lifetimes from now, that head goes. And then straighten the arms, look up. You can lift the blocks. Lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Tuck the hips together as you now lengthen through the side ribs, shoulder blades into the body. And then hands on hips, press into the back heel. Inhale, come up. Bend the front leg. Step the back foot in. Step the front leg back. Back into Tadasana. And then moving the blocks to the side. Teach Trikonasana. Watch. Oh yeah, never mind. Fingertips up, bend your legs, jump or step. Drop the shoulders. Left foot in, right leg up. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press the back heel, turn the front thigh, lift from your outer knees to outer hips. Now even here, as you press that back thigh back, take the ribs with it so that when you come down, you'll be there. Turn the front thigh out, take that front buttock forward. So back thigh back, front buttock forward. Back thigh back, the ribs go with it. Front buttock forward, the ribs go with it. Then inhale, exhale, come down. It's not the first time we've done this pose today. It's not the last either. Back thigh back, take the ribs with it. Turn the front thigh out, take the front buttock forward, take the ribs with it. Observe your pose. How is this different? How do the poses we do in between change this? Pull yourself up and out. Parallel your feet, other side, right foot and left leg up. Front heel in line with your back arch, press into the back heel. So start it here. Take this back thigh back, take the ribs with it. Turn the front thigh out and take that buttock forward. Ribs go with it. So the legs are controlling the torso. Lift from your outer knees to your outer hips. Inhale, exhale, come down. And then whatever you lost, seek to get back. So the back thigh goes back, the ribs go with it. Turn the front thigh out, take that front buttock forward, bring the ribs with it. All right, that last pose we did got all this length in the side ribs. You use that. Up, lengthen and rotate. Extend the arms away from each other. See, Bob, if you can take your arms straight. There we go. Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. And jump or step. Your feet together.
Thank you. I didn't know it wasn't straight.
Yeah. It's hard to spread the awareness of the brain to cover all parts of the body. It's a lifelong journey. Yeah, you move one thing and something else moves, you don't even notice it. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior pose 1. Fingertips up. Bend your legs, jump and step your feet. We'll start with hands on hips. Turn your left foot in, turn your right leg out. Pick up your back heel, take that left hip forward, place the heel. Square the hips. Notice how the front bottom ribs begin to come forward. Take the front bottom ribs towards the back bottom. Lift the chest. We're going to bend the front leg. Inhale, exhale, bend the front leg. And notice as you do that, how that left hip goes back and the left ribs go back. So take the left hip forward and take the left ribs forward. Now we haven't done that much abdominal work today, but we did a lot of it on Tuesday. So draw the abdomen into the spine, draw the abdomen up into your chest, just like we were doing on Tuesday for our back bones. And then extend your arms forward, arms up. Keep pressing into the back heel. Sit into it, Jenny. There you go. That's it. The arms go up, but the shoulders go down. And watch those ribs puffing forward. Keep the ribs into the back pocket. And as you reach through the arms, straighten your front leg. Parallel your feet, arms up to the side. Hands up. Right foot and left leg up. Pick up your back heel. Take the right hip forward. Place the heel down. Turn the front thigh out, turn the back thigh in, lift from the outer knees to the outer hips. Back those hips together. Front ribs towards the back body. Keep the chest lifted so the chest stays up. Inhale, exhale, bend the front leg, but don't let the chest collapse. Don't fall over that front leg. Immediately, the right thigh hip go back. So take the right hip forward. The thigh does press back, but the right hip comes forward, the right ribs come forward. Draw the abdomen into the spine. Draw the abdomen up towards the chest. And then take your arms forward, arms up. Press into that back heel. Okay, take the right hip forward, right ribs forward. Arms go up, shoulders down. Reach through those arms, straighten the front leg, parallel the feet, arms up to the side. Don't step your feet together. Tadasana. One more time, fingertips up by your chest, bend your legs up, step your feet. Hands on hips, because I'm in a really good mood. Left foot and right leg up. Pick up your back heel, take that hip forward, place that heel. Turn that front thigh out, turn the back thigh in. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Now really watch those front ribs. Take the front ribs towards the back body. Immediately if you do that, the abdomen begins to grip. Draw the abdomen towards the spine and lift the abdomen up towards the chest. Now I'm going to take the arms up first. Take your arms forward, arms up. Keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body. Keep the abdomen in and up. Now reach for the ceiling. Imagine you're holding on to something. The arms won't come down. Inhale, exhale, reach up and bend the front leg. Reach up and bend the front leg into that 90-degree angle. Keep the front bottom ribs back. Keep the abdomen in and up lifting. And as you drop the right buttock another inch, lift through the side ribs another inch. The buttocks goes down, the side ribs lengthen. Virabhadrasana 1. Then reach through the arms, straighten your front legs, parallel your feet. Arms up to the sides, hands on hips. Right foot and left leg. Pick up the back heel, take that right hip forward, place the feet. Take that back thigh in, lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body. The shoulder blades do come forward. So the front bottom ribs go back. The back shoulder blades go in and up. Draw the abdomen in and up. Now maintain those actions as you take the arms forward, arms up. Notice if your front ribs went forward as the arms came up, take the front bottom ribs back again. And take the shoulder blades into the body as if the shoulder blades are lifting the chest and even lifting the arms. So front bottom ribs back, shoulder blades in, abdomen in and up. Now reach for the ceiling. The arms don't come down. Inhale, exhale, bend the front leg. Take that right hip forward. Take the ribs back. Take the shoulder blades in. Abdomen in and up as you extend through the arms. Soft face, soft jaw. Imagine this is your favorite pose in the world. Reach for those arms, straight the front leg, parallel the feet, arms up to the sides. Jump or step your feet together. Teach a Trikonasana, triangle pose. Fingertips up by your chest. Bend your legs, jump or step. Bring your left foot in, turn your right leg out. Take the back thigh back, take the ribs with it. Turn the front thigh out. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Back thigh back, the ribs go with it. Front buttock forward, ribs go with it. Inhale, exhale from here. And back. Observe your pose. See what your body knows. See what your body remembers. The top arm is straight up, kitty. Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. Other side, right foot and left leg out. Front heel in line with your back arch. Press the back heel. And the front thigh. As the back thigh goes back, take the ribs with it. As you turn the front thigh out, lift the outer knees to the outer hips, but take that front buttock forward. Take the ribs with it. So back thigh back, front buttock forward. Right ribs back, left ribs forward. Inhale, exhale. Observe your pose. Back toes in ball. Yeah, so that's a much better pose than trying to go to the floor. Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. Jump or step your feet together. All right, take hold of the chair. You okay, Rick? Back of the chair faces forward. All the chairs have been sanitized. And they get sanitized after class. Have a seat in the chair. Back of the chair faces forward. Back of the chair faces. There you go. Then face the front. So the right side of your body faces the chair. Knees in line with your hips, heels underneath your knees. Extend your arms forward, arms up. So as soon as you do that, the ribs come forward again. Take the front bottom ribs towards the back body. Maintain the length. Inhale. On your exhalation, turn and take hold to the sides of the chest. Yep, turning to the right. Right, is that your right? Turn to the right? Yeah, right? Okay. Making sure. Left and right gets very confusing in twists when you're mirroring people. Try not to lean back. So keep your spine perpendicular. It's twisting, but it's not moving forward or back. Keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body, elbows up, shoulders down. Inhale. On your exhalation, begin to turn towards the chair, towards the right. Shoulders down, elbows up. Inhale, lifting, exhale. Maintain that lift as you turn. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turn. Inhale, maintain that lift. Exhale, come to center. Turn around on the chair. Arms forward, arms up. Maintain that lift. Keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body. As you exhale, maintain the lift. Just take the arms down, take hold of the back of the chair. Flat hands, not tight fists. Keep the front bottom ribs towards the back body, elbows up, shoulders down. Inhale, lifting. Maintain that lift. Exhale, turn. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turn. Inhale, lifting. Exhale. exhalation, come to center. Turn around. Keep the front ribs into the back body, arms forward, arms up. Maintain that lift and length. Inhale, exhale, hands on the back of the chair. Elbows up, shoulders down. Now I want you to look over your left shoulder, the opposite way that you're turning. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turn. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turn. Moving from the bottom of the spine towards the top of the spine. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turn. Elbows up, shoulders down. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, turning. When you've gotten as far as you can in the tip of your top of the spine, at the very end, you'll turn your head. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, turn, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, comes to center. Turn around. Where your hips, knees, heels. Front ribs into the back body, arms forward, arms up, keep those ribs in. Inhale, maintain the lift. As you exhale, take hold of the back of the chair. Gaze over your right shoulder. You start at the base of the spine, move up. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. One vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. Pace of your breath, not mine. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning. And lifting, exhale, turning. And whenever you come to the end, when you turn as much as you can or optimally for today, you'll go after the neck. Inhale, lifting, exhale, turning the neck, then gazing over your left shoulder. Keep the front bottom ribs back, elbows up, shoulders down. Maintain that lift. Inhale, exhale, come to center. Come on up, come up to the chair. Go to the center of your mat. Last, we teach a Trikonasana of the day. Fingertips up, and your legs. Don't just step your feet wide. Left foot in, right leg up. Front heel in line with your back arch. Back thigh back. Turn the front thigh. Let the ribs go with it, right? Back thigh goes back, rib goes with it. Front thigh turns out. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips as you take the front buttock forward. Ribs go with it. Press the back heel. Inhale, exhale, come down. Now we're going to take the top hand on your hip. Take the back thigh back. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips. Take the front buttock forward. Now look down for a moment. Look at the floor. We're just doing an adjustment. What we learned in the twist is when you look the opposite way, you actually turn your torso more. So here, as you look down, take your left ribs back, right ribs forward. Rotate the torso. And then when it's rotated optimally, look up or forward. Don't just look up if your head isn't going. Forward or up. Then extend your arm up. And finish your pose. And observe. We did our first one about, 50 minutes ago. How is this different? Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. Other side, right foot on left foot back. Front heel in line with your back arch. Take the back thigh back, press the back heel, turn the front thigh out. Lift the outer knees to the outer hips, front buttock forward. Remember the ribs follow the legs. The torso follows the legs. Inhale, exhale, come down. Take the top hand on your hip. So the back thigh goes back, yes. Ribs go with it. Turn the front thigh out, lift the both outer knees to outer hips. Take the back thigh back, front buttock forward, let the ribs go with it. But then look down. Look down for a moment, rotate the ribs up. Look down, rotate the ribs. So left ribs forward, right ribs back. And then when you've gone up an optimal amount, then turn the head either forward or perhaps today all the way up. And And then finish the pose, extend the arm up. And observe. Last one. This is it. Pull yourself up and up. Parallel your feet. Step your feet together. Tadasana. Downward facing dog. Press down through the ball of the first finger and thumb. So you take the upper arm, push it to the floor. Turn your toes under, straighten your legs. Inhale, get that work with the legs. Thighs back, lifting through the inner and outer legs. Exhale, come into downward facing dog. Our last downward facing dog of the day. What does your body want to do? What does your body remember? How can you make this your pose? And then bending your legs, touch your knees to the floor precisely the same moment. Take your feet together, knees apart. Extend your arms forward. Rest your skull either on the floor or on a nice. Let the skull relax. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, push to come up, lie back. Bend your legs into your chest for a moment. Give yourself a nice little hug. Use this as an opportunity to say something kind to yourself. Remembering that the purpose of yoga is to still the fluctuations of the mind so that you can bathe in your own true splendor. Take a moment here and now to bathe in your own true splendor. On your inhalation, take your feet to the floor. Straighten your legs one at a time. Take your arms comfortably out to the side, perhaps at about 30-degree angle, or wherever it's comfortable for you. And let go. Let go. And your arms, legs, completely let go. And your torso, completely let go. Let the skull surrender. All your facial features, letting go, surrendering. Allow the breath to breathe you. You do not need to breathe, the breath will breathe you. inside of your body as the breath breathes you. Shavasana. Begin slowly coming out, take a soft, smooth, peaceful inhalation. A longer, smooth, peaceful exhalation. Move your toes, move your nose. Bend your legs, place your feet on the floor with your knees together, feet apart. Take your hands onto your abdomen or onto your chest. The healing energy of your hands penetrate your body, pierce through your layers, and heal whatever it is you may be healing with today. You're ready, extend your right arm past your right ear, roll to the right. If you prefer, roll to the left, roll to the left. When you feel ready, place your top hand on the floor in front of your heart, turn your torso towards the floor, and come up. Up to sitting, cross your legs the opposite way you did. Your flat, your palms together. Try your eyes back and down as you turn the corners of your lips. Taking a moment to observe your practice. What's different? What's changed? Remember to take your practice into the rest of your day. To all of your interactions with other people. With kindness and with compassion. Kindness and compassion for others. Most importantly, kindness and compassion for yourself. Let's close our practice together by chanting one collective poem. Deep inhalation. Gently let your eyes open. Smile. Namaste. Bow to the divine.